Once upon a time, there lived a woman called Amoma. She was married to a man called Ezike in the town of Elunu. They had two children. Amoma was a very strong herbalist who acquired the knowledge from birth because her late father was an herbalist. He taught her how to talk and communicate with the leaves. So each time there was any illness, Amoma would go into the forest and ask the herbs what she could use to cure the type of illness. She would be talking to the herbs as if she was a vegetable herself. She would talk to them and the herbs would reply and tell her what she would combine to cure the illness. Before her father's demise, he told her never to collect money from anyone that came to be cured. That was the rule. Money must not be charged to the customer on the customer. So Amoma will cure them, and at the end, they will ask her what they will pay. Amoma will not tell them to give her whatever they wanted to. So many people saw the goodness and the handwork of Amoma and will usually tip Amoma a lot of money. They will give Amoma a lot of money, and Amoma will take this money and spend it to take care of her children and herself and her husband, while her husband goes about doing his work. Her husband was a professional farmer, a handsome farmer, and he will go to the forest, do a lot of work in the farm, produce a lot of cassava, maize, yams, and other crops, and come back home. With that, they made their living a happy one. So, as they were living, the joy in them knew no bounds, and people often praised them and her husband for the good life they were living because they would never lack anything. They were comfortable. At least when you get to their home, you see them living a comfortable life. So in that town, Amoma's name became a household word. But one day, after about 7 years of marriage, Ezike, her husband, fell ill. If Amoma could cure people with leaves, with herbs, why couldn't she cure her husband? She would be able to cure her husband definitely. And so she tried. She went everywhere asking the leaves, asking the hives to tell her what she would use to cure her husband. But they did not answer her. So she started grouping herbs together to prepare for the treatment of her husband. But none of them worked. Her mama started to carry her husband from one place to the other, but she didn't want him to die. She wanted him to live so that they could both train their children together. She tried as much as she could, but there was nothing that worked on her husband. And finally, Ezike stayed at home, bedridden and ill, unable to stand up. Her mama and her children would carry Ezike to the toilet, to bathe, and whatever. It was, in fact, a thing that was terrible. So, Ezike would often lie on the bed and be calling on his creator to help him, while her mama would go about. Now, there was no money. So she would go about begging people for money, for help. The situation in their home changed. The once happy family that was a bit well off became poor. There was nothing anymore. Only the long chair in the sitting room and another one was what was left there. So our mama started going from house to house to beg people for food. She would go to this place, beg. She would go to the other house and beg each day for them to be able to eat. It got to a point when our mama go to some house, they will say, our mama so early, we've not even eaten. We don't even have what to eat. And you've come. How long are we going to continue giving you? Some will say, we are tired, our mama, of helping you. We don't have. We are tired. So all the neighbors started to say they were tired. And it is when you have problems that you know the relatives that really care for you. Amoma's family started dropping. Ezike's family started dropping away from coming. Gradually, no one was coming. That was when Amoma knew that life was not the way she was actually seeing it. Oh, it is when you have that people will know you exist. When you don't have, they hardly recognize you. So with that, Amoma made up her mind to go out and beg strangers. In the mornings, she would carry her bag and go after taking care of the children, feeding her husband. She would go into the town and beg. And she would go to places where they don't know her and stay on the roadside begging and return home in the evening to continue caring for her family. One day she passed a street, and the street was lived by well-to-do people. That day she made a lot of money, so she decided to be combing that street to make more money. When she went to the street one day, she saw a big house. She stood in front of the house, not blocking the entrance door. And as she was there, people passing, rich men and women passing, were giving her more money. She was happy and delighted. She went back home to tell her family, and they were all happy. So Ezike was not that happy because he could not help his wife, but at least they could see something to eat. Unfortunately, one day while Amoma was standing in front of the house, the owner of the house, Omenjowo, was returning home from work, and he saw Amoma in front of his house. He was surprised. He thought it was just a person standing for that day. But another day he saw her again, almost 3 times. "Ah, how can I allow a beggar to be standing in front of my house every day?" He thought, and walked up to Amoma and said, "Madam, I don't know you. Whoever you are, please stop coming here to beg for money. Move away from this place. I don't want to see you here anymore." Amoma said, "Okay, sir, thank you very much." And now left. The next day she did not come, about 3 days she did not come. After some time, she realized that there was no more food in the house, and she actually needed the food. So she went back there again. She went twice, and the man, Omenji, did not see her. But after about a week, he saw her again and came. "Ah, you are still coming? I told you not to come here again. The day I meet you here, I will handle you roughly. Don't say I did not tell you." Mama now said, "Please, sir, my husband is sick. My children, I have 2 children at home, and I have to take care of them. That is why I come. Please forgive me. Give me the chance to just in a living until my husband is well. I promise you I will not come here again." But Omenjowo did not want to hear that. He warned her never to repeat coming to that place. So Amoma left. I went back home. She stayed away for a month. Things were not okay. Things were so rough that she decided to come to the street again, but this time not to stand in front of Omenji Owo's house. There were other houses there. So she walked past Omenji Owo's house and went to the next house to stand in front of that house. That day, when Omenji Owo came back, he saw her again and shouted, "Madam, but I warned you I don't want to see you around this vicinity. What are you doing here?" Omenji Owo said, Mama now looked at him and said, "Please, I'm not in front of your house. You can see me standing in another building, in front of another building. I didn't come to your house to stand. Please, I'm sorry if I offend you, but allow me to live my life and take care of my family. I'm not intruding in yours, please, sir." Immediately, Omenjowo picked up the bag that money had been placed and flung it across the street. Amoma felt sad. He ran and collected the money before it got missing. Ah, she took it and was crying and went back home. She told her husband, "Look at what is happening. Oh. I don't know what to do. This man keeps on chasing me, driving me away that I should not come to the place, and I'm not standing in front of his house." Ezekiel advised his wife, If you go there, please cross to the other side of the road. Don't go around where it is. Stay at the other side. So Amoma now went to the speeding and went across as her husband had advised. While she was there, the people passing were just giving her money, and her bag became filled with money. Amoma was about leaving when Omenjo came and said, "Oh, madam, you are very stubborn. I will deal with you today. Please, sir, don't deal with me. I'm not in your house or even around. I've crossed the road to the other side to go and do what I have to do. Please, to earn my living. Please, sir." But Omenjo did not even bother to listen. He picked up the bag and flung it into a ditch filled with water. And the water was in a dish that was flowing like a river. Immediately, Amoma, before she did not even think twice, she jumped into the water. And it was a deep one to go and collect the bag of money. Otherwise, hunger would kill them. And she was swimming, she was almost drowning. She did not know how to swim. Passers-by saw her and quickly rushed to her rescue. They just dove into the water and picked her up and managed to rescue part of the money. Brought her, Mama, you want to kill yourself because of money. You want to kill yourself. Your life is more important. If you die, who will take care of your husband? Ezike?" Some people who knew her advised. And she carried the bag of money and went back to thanking them. When she got home, she told her husband everything, and that was the end. Ezike said he will not hear anything of that sort again. He must go back. He will not beg again. If he wants to die, let him die. So that her mama can live happily with her two children. So they were tossed, crying and suffering, and with trying to obey etiquette laws and rule and control that his wife must not face such humiliation again in her life. Meanwhile, in Omenjowo's house, Omenjowo, each time he met her mama, he would go and tell his wife, Anolo, about what happened, transpired between him and her mama. And they would laugh and laugh and laugh. Omenjowo would tell his wife, thank God, we are not even poor. Look at us, very rich. We have everything in the world. Everything, my wife. Anolo, isn't it? They hug each other. Yes. We have money, we have children, we have everything, we have food. What else? We are privileged. What else? Thank God they'll be talking. They'll be laughing at our mama and they did not even know our mama before. I wonder why people beg. They'll be talking. So Omejewo told his wife that I have money. The money I have is enough to take care of my children in many, many, many generations to come. So come, let's go inside the house, my wife. The wife went. About 2 months later, when our mama's issue had been forgotten, Omejowo returned home to see his wife, Anolo, sick. What's wrong with you, Anolo? He asked. I've not been well, my husband, she replied. Since you left yesterday, I've been sick. Pains, feeling pains. Yeah, where is paining? She showed him the place. Okay, let us go for treatment. Omejowo took Anolo, his wife, and went for treatment, but nothing could help her. They went from one place to the other, herbalist to the other, different traditional doctors, different medicine men, but nothing worked. After about a month, Anolo was almost dying when someone came that, your wife is sick? Come, I know where you can take your wife to that will be cured. Omenjowo was surprised. You mean there's somewhere that my wife Anolo can be cured? He said, yes. Okay, let's take her there then. They now carried Anolo to the place. On reaching there, they called the woman to come out that there's someone for her to treat. Immediately, Amoma came out. Omenjowo was shocked to see that it was the beggar that always stood in front of his house that was the one that was to cure his wife. So, what? I don't believe this will work. This is an ordinary beggar. that used to stand in front of my house, he said, and I used to chase her out of the front of my house. Is she the one that I will handle my precious wife, my beautiful wife to? No, 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 I can't, he said, and took his wife back. People were telling him, Omenjowo, come back with your wife because it is only this woman, Amoma, that can cure her. It is she's the only one that she has the 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 herbs to cure such illness. No one else in the whole of this town. But Omenjowo will not hear because of his pride. He went back home. After some days, at the point of death, he was forced to take Anolo back to Amoma because mouths of the town started wagging and saying, he wants to kill his wife. There's someone to cure her, but he did not want to. Why? We don't know the reason. He must be a very bad man. So Omenjowo was forced to take Anolo to Amoma. And he started begging Amoma to forgive him and help his wife. That if she can cure Amoma, if Amoma can cure Anolo, he will do something for her good in recompense of what he had done to her. But Amoma laughed it off, took her bag, and went to the forest to bring the herbs she would use to cure Anolo. She administered the drugs and the herbs, and within 3 days, Anolo became well. Omenjowo was surprised. Even Anolo was shocked. Omenjowo looked at Amoma and said, life is not the way we think of it. I can't believe this. What will I pay you? He asked her. Mama said, don't worry, go with your wife. I'm happy she's well. But Omenjowo would not hear of it. He built a house and gave to her mama and gave a lot of money. At the end of the day, people started to talk. Her mama said, ah, my husband Ezike, it is today I know that what people are saying is the truth. That a rich man, a man can have money as much as anything. But no matter what he has, no matter the wealth, he cannot have everything. There must be something that we need from a poor man. That is why they say a rich man died in the backyard of a poor man. Yes, that is it. If they had not come back, the wife would have just died out of pride. I thank my creator for giving me the power. That is the end of the story. Please love, like, share my videos. Thank you very much. Remember.